Julie, what is HubSpot?
HubSpot is a software platform that makes your sales and marketing all work together and become more efficient.
Is HubSpot just one thing, or is it multiple things in one?
It's 5 different hubs within HubSpot, and you can have all of them or just some of them. There's the marketing hub, the sales hub, the content management system, which is for building websites, the operations hub, and the service hub. The marketing hub is, as a marketer, where I hang out most of the time. It basically pulls everything you need for all your campaigns and all your marketing activity all together in one place. So you log in and it's all just there, and it all speaks to all the other bits. So you've got things like building landing pages, running your pay-per-click campaigns, your advertising. You can post and schedule your social media from there. You can create forms for lead capture. You can do your email marketing, newsletters, and automated email follow-ups. For example, maybe somebody would fill in a form on your website so they could get an ebook or get some information from you. From there, you can set up a whole series of emails and notifications that all happen automatically. So say somebody fills in a form, then they get an email follow-up saying, would you like something else? If they then click on that, they would get another email saying, thank you very much, and here's something else. If they don't, they might get a follow-up saying, why have you not downloaded it yet? Here's a reminder. So you can basically tailor the whole process based on what they do next. You can also send notifications to people within your team to maybe phone somebody if they do such and such. So it's really detailed, and it's completely automated. So it stops you having to actually go and manually follow people up. You're working based on what somebody's done. So you're sending them really, really relevant emails rather than whether they do something or not, following everyone up with the same email. You're actually sending a very tailored email based on where they are in the buying journey and what they have responded to so far. So actually, it's getting rid of spam.
The Sales Hub, I imagine if somebody fills in some details on the website, their details go into a customer relationship management system.
Your CRM is right at the heart of the Sales Hub. So yeah, people's details automatically go into the CRM, the database, and populate the different fields. From there, you can see if they're a potential customer. You can score how good a potential customer they are. You can then set them up in a deals dashboard so you can see what stage of the pipeline they're at. You can then automate reminders so that different members of the team might want to follow up to move them to the next stage of your sales pipeline. So again, everything's all together, and it's really easy for other members of the team to see all the communications with the customer. So everything's in the CRM, and you can see if they've had an email, if they've had a phone call, and what they said, and everything's gathered together in one place.
At the heart of most digital marketing is a website. I assume that HubSpot's got a tool for that as well.
Yep, that's the CMS, the content management system that we mentioned earlier. So that's where you build your website. It's like something like WordPress or Joomla, where you build the website and then the marketers can go in and update content, add new pages, add blog posts, things like that. So it's built in HubSpot, and then everyone can access it and do their editing and kind of grow the website.
Okay, and I assume because it's built within HubSpot that you've kind of got one source of the truth. You've got the CRM, you've got the marketing automation, you've got the website, all using the same data, all interlinked.
That's the great thing about it. So the forms that you put on your website are the HubSpot forms, which then get filled in and go into your CRM. You can personalize content on the website so that somebody is at a different stage of the buying journey. They might see something slightly different. There's all sorts of clever stuff you can do because everything's all together.
Tell me a little bit about the Service Hub. What's that for?
Yeah, that's for companies that have a lot of customer service, tickets and live chat and things like that. It's where they can actually answer customer questions and provide support.
Okay, and the Operations Hub?
It's quite niche, but it's where you can integrate with other systems and set up sort of more technical automations for bigger companies, really.
So if a company, for example, has already got Microsoft Dynamics installed, then they can still use HubSpot, and they can actually synchronize HubSpot with Microsoft Dynamics using the Operations Hub.
Yes, yeah, exactly that.
Say I'm running a business, 10 million turnover, an engineering company. What can HubSpot do for me? Why should I invest in HubSpot?
It just helps everything run more smoothly. It stops people having to export data and import it somewhere else, and then there's two versions of data and you're not quite sure which one's right. You can see what's happening. Your marketing campaigns just tick along very nicely, and you can automate stuff. So it saves a lot of time and it saves a lot of hassle, and it makes everything just easier. You do one thing and everything else can just happen rather than having to do lots of different things to make something happen.
Do I need to employ an agency to help me with HubSpot?
Well, obviously we would say yes. I mean, you don't have to. You could do it yourself. But unless you've got a lot of time on your hands just to get to grips with it to begin with, it's easier to get an agency to get you set up to start with. And then you can see whether you've got the team sort of capacity to actually run with it by yourself, or whether you need somebody to keep helping you with it.
So is it fair to say or not that once HubSpot's set up, you can basically just step back and leave it and it'll just generate tons of leads on its own?
No, you have to keep going. You have to keep adding stuff to it. You have to keep producing more content. It's the hard bit then. You produce the content, you provide information to your customers, you do all the things that are actually going to bring the customers in so that they can turn into leads. But it's the basis that makes it really easy to add the content.